Hello and welcome back to the Reapers. So we've got another tactical debrief today. The mission yesterday was Red Force attacks blue ground units over a vast expanse, and the blues have to go in and protect the ground units. So it's another red guys attack. The actual mission didn't work out particularly well. The reds got absolutely trashed. I don't think it helped that the reds had 3 guys short and the blues had 3 guys too many, so it upset the balance a bit. Plus, I've been struggling to get the red for attack missions working properly at the moment, so it's a bit one-sided. But we'll blast through it anyway, because there was still some air-to-air engagements to look at, and just generally have a look around. So, stand by as we set it off. So, blues, we had a squadron of 5 F5s, 5 Vigans, and some 4 Harriers, 2 of them armed, 2 of them not. Right, so we've got red guys spreading out to go and attack various villages, and they had a couple of cap guys as well, Marvin and Udarosa. And the way we planned it was we split the ground units into 3 strips. So that's strip 1, strip 2, strip 3, and we had each squadron looking after a particular strip, bouncing between the villages basically on a constant patrol. And it was a bit overpowered in the end as it turned out, but let's see us anyway. Okay, we have the first fight. It is Raptor and Unknown. Raptor and Berwick against Udarosa and Marvin. And Udarosa's got himself in a bit of a fix already. He's found some ground units to look at. But he appears to have got away from the Harriers okay. Marvin appears to have maybe seen these Harriers. The Harriers are relatively high, 3,000 feet. So it would have been nicer to see them down low, but that's their choice. We've got Riddle there, destroying BTRs in the background. Let's move that forward. Right. So Marvin and Udarosa linked up to go and attack those Harriers. The mistake they made was that they went too low to the Humvees. The Humvees started shooting, as you can see, and that allowed Raptor to be looking out back of his cockpit and see them. So now they're going to be in trouble. So Raptor reverses. There's plenty of time to reverse there. Plus, one thing to note is these... I'm not really sure what these MiG-21s are trying to achieve. Udarosa's just kind of flying around trying to get shot at very slowly. Marvin's flying around slowly. I mean, they're flying slower than the Harriers. These guys should be absolutely on the deck and pelting around. So not the best tactical flying from these guys at the moment. They've made themselves nice sitting ducks. And Raptor doesn't need a second invitation, so he's reversed, found this guy. Straight into him. I don't think Marvin even sees him. And that is a missile out of 2 miles, hot, an aim 9 Mike. And that's going to be pretty assured of being a hit. Yep. Marvin just flying cruise. He's just in cruise mode. And again, if you're going to cruise around in a battle area, you better be damn sure no one's around you. It's much safer to be going fast. Again, Udarosa's just... I'm not really sure what he's trying to do. I think he's trying to spot ground units and call them in for the A-10s. But he doesn't realise he's being hunted by Harriers, so he's in a world of pain. That is going to be a 1 mile shot in the face from Raptor, and that is him down, I think. Oh no, he got finished off by AAA. So, yep. So, a little bit careless from the MiG-21s. If one guy, what I would suggest is if one guy was going to be doing the CAS work, then maybe the other guy could be on patrol looking out for Harriers and stuff, but never mind. That's how it worked out. Let's see what we've got next. See, Trash, I think he's seen recoil. Recoil's a little bit high. You can see it's cruising along, but it's cruising along 2,500 feet. A lot higher than the Vigant, and it's going to be a death trap for him, being up so high. We've talked about this. And luckily he missed. Doesn't have a huge heat signature in that, so that missile missed. And Trash is going to reverse and try and find him, which is not the easiest thing to do. And he just didn't quite get his angles right. And yeah, he's missed him. So you see Recoil finally started losing height there and started getting into the trees just in time. Okay, so let's head out. Tail's in the wrong area. Tail should actually be in area 2 here. But never mind, it doesn't really matter I suppose. Ah, right. Berwick has gone and found the A-10s. The A-10s have been doing some damage. You got 3 units destroyed in this village here. Let's just go back and see what happened. So the A-10s doing their general business here. Got Riddle there, nice and low. And, yep, Berwick, I think he sees the AAA. The AAA seems to be what gave the game away for the Reds, unfortunately. That's what got them killed over there, and that's probably what got them killed over here. And now we've got flares going out. The vultures are going to stop coming in. So massively overly long shot. That's like a 7-mile shot for an aim9. It's not possible, obviously. 3 miles, a little ambitious, but it can work, especially if he doesn't dodge. And he is going to dodge. Yep, so scrub that missile off. These are aim9 mics, so they're good missiles. Yep, scrubbed off. Now he's in firing parameters. Within 2 miles on a cold target. You can sink him now. Nothing Wolf Shadow can do, really. I guess. Oh, he's in the guns. He's out of missiles. Does he get a kill? So, I think Berwick's a relatively new guy. You can see. So what? I mean, his approach is good. He's on his lag or lead. He's just on a straight on pursuit. The problem here is his massive closing speed. He's coming in maximum power at 450 true, and the A10 is obviously going to be down below 300 because they don't fly above 300 really. So Berwick's coming in for a massive overspeed. He should have slowed down here and essentially merged on Wolf Shadow's path to essentially fly in formation with him to get ideal gun solution. But instead he's kind of just been a bit of a noob and gone too fast, and I expect to see an overshoot here. Yep, we've got an overshoot. So now, and that's actually quite a difficult situation, because if you do merge like that, if you do merge like that with an A10 from behind, you put yourself in an awkward position where you've now got to do he either gets to turn out and run away, which is the best thing to do against an A10, or you get to go into rolling scissors with an A10 or some kind of yo-yo, but it's difficult because the A10 is so slow. So in a relatively fast fighter plane against a really slow one like an A10, it actually gets difficult when you've oversped from behind. Hence why it's critical to slow down and fall in formation with them. I think he's got Raptor coming to save him, but still fairly far away. And again, if you get into rolling scissors and you get in front of an A10, which is very easy to do, the A10 will shoot you. They have just as good missiles and more of them. So let's see what Berwick does. So I think he's exiting from the fight, which is the safest thing to do. Yep. Okay, maybe not. No, he's going around just in a turn. So he's quite lucky there. I mean, it's gone up and in a kind of exaggerated looping yo-yo, but he's quite lucky because that A10, if he was kind of on the ball, that A10 could have turned back onto his 6 and shot him down. So so don't think killing A10s is particularly easy with guns, because it's not that easy. Okay, Berwick's re-engaging now. Luckily, Wolf Shadow headed cold, and so criticism of Wolf Shadow here. He's gone up. He's up to 3,000 feet. Pretty much every single engagement, when you're running away, you want to be on the deck. Everything favours being on the deck. Nothing favours being up high. We've discussed the reasons for this loads of times, but that's something to think about. Riddle is coming in, so we might see some action from Riddle. We'll see, because obviously Wolf Shadow said that it's in trouble, so Riddle's coming in. Raptor's also coming fast, 550 knots. Raptor's much more experienced, so I expect to see a much more sensible technique from him, but we'll see. I don't think anyone's seen Riddle. So Riddle's going to possibly belly shot one of these Harriers now. Right, so what is that? It's a 2-mile shot from Berwick with an aim9 mic, which is pretty much a kill shot, to be honest. Especially against a low energy A10. And yeah, Wolf Shadow never saw it coming. No flares, no dodging. Splat. He's down. Now let's have a look. Riddle should really be chancing these Harriers now, but he's way too slow. That shot is way too slow. It's never going to turn on target. Didn't even really lock by the looks of it. So he didn't spot them in time. So Riddle's now merging, which he doesn't really want to do because he's in an A10. So the best thing for Riddle is to try and stealth his way out of here, but he's not going to manage it because Raptor has seen him. And we're going to see a much more mature approach to gun skill here. So Raptor is going to yo-yo, burn his speed off, probably air brakes out or find a way of slowing himself down. And I suspect he's going to try and merge on the back of that A10 without an overspeed. So let's see that. There's the merge with the path. Speed going down. Look at that. Perfect. Down just a small few knots overspeed. And much more sensible. And now in pursuit, it's not really in rolling scissors. It's still the aggressor. And I think that was a kill. So that was better. You can see he was right down to A10 speed by that point. Very good. Right. So was anything else going on? Aha. The vultures are crowded round. Wow, how many does it take of us to kill one guy? See, it was a bit one-sided. It was pretty much all one red versus about 20 blues. So it's only ever going to work out one way. Tony Zed's doing well. He's killed a couple of tanks, which is good. Doesn't see the boys coming in, though. 2 miles tail. That's a kill shot with an aim 9 Papa. It's an older version of the aim 9. Half mile, perfect. Oh, look at that. Just in. Now here's one thing to note. These A10s, especially from a side aspect, like you can see how they were designed with the twin tail fin. That is to help deflect the hot gas from the engine exhaust, and it can fool missiles and make it very difficult to get a lock on. And I don't think it even got a lock. I think it just gave up. Almost certainly for that reason, because it was a relatively good shot. It didn't have to do a huge amount of work to get that A10. The A10's going slow. So that is one benefit of the A10. Now he's got AAA fired at him, which is going to call in the rest of the vultures. We're all going to see it. We've got tail here's turning onto a extreme lag pursuit. He's slowed down nicely. Lost awareness for a bit, but he's back on the game now. 3,000 feet. So tail doesn't need to hurry now. He's just going to work himself into a pursuit. He's taking lead by the looks of it, so he's probably going to go for a shot. But the boys come in. Blood comes in. He's got an aim 9. I think it's essentially an aim 9 Papa coming in from 1.5 miles, and that is that had a more rear aspect shot, so it tracked pretty well and got him. But Tony's surviving. Tail not giving up. Tail going for guns. Bit too far for guns. 3,000 feet. And 9 Papa right up the chuff. That's definitely going to get him. Pow. Still alive somehow. Stalin next. Very durable, these A10s. Bit of rolling. No, I think that's Tony departed. He's departed. And he's out. So that was good fun. Well done, boys. Right, this is the next thing. A couple of MiG-21s have come out. Udarosa extremely experienced in the MiG-21. And there was the one tiny disadvantage of having so many blues about was that we were essentially chasing ourselves around a lot, seeing dots in the sky, chasing them down, trying to check the IFF. Oh, and that's one good thing I should mention. Not a single. We reinstated a bit of capital punishment for friendly fire, and drilled in how important it is to identify your targets. And even throughout the chaos, we didn't have any friendly fire on blue this time, so that's an improvement at least, and nothing even approaching a friendly fire. So everyone was IDing the targets well, so that's good, chaps, well done. Right, let's move that forward a bit. So we've got Udarosa, he's basically, Udarosa's doing proper flying this time, unlike last time. This time it's aggressing, very quick and very low. So it's 500 knots, true, it's low down to the ground, and it's allowed him to spot these guys who are a little bit higher. Actually, they're the same altitude. I think they're higher above the ground, though, and he spotted them silhouetted against the sky. King, being ever cautious King, has picked him up, but he's going to careful to ID him before shooting him. So Udarosa's in, that's 1 mile, he's going to blast these guys away. That was on the rear guy. Good shot. Now he's going to merge behind this guy, match his speed, and take him out when he's ready. Beautiful merge. Beautiful speed. And he's being patient. He's waiting. Taking a slight lead. But not panicking. He's going to wait until he's got the perfect opportunity of Skay. Skay knows something's up, obviously, but can't see the target, and he waits until he's perfectly straight. That's great to see that patience there. Takes him down. Had a bit of countermeasuring going on, but it just wasn't enough to get away from the R60 at a couple of 1,000 feet. And then from 1 mile behind, King finally makes the assessment, makes the judgment that is a hostile, Aim no papa. Udoressa has no idea it's coming. See, Udoressa is now on the burner and he's out of there, but it's just not quite in time. It just catches him up. Poo-poo. Nice fight. We lost a couple of blues there, but that's an experienced red guy. Right, let's go forward. Okay, we have the next fight here. We've got Cap and Signore. So we were going round essentially in pairs. That was the job of us today, because we could cover maximum ground, and there was no point being in big groups. So we're heading along. Now these two A10s have made themselves extremely killable, but they're in cruise at the moment, but they're way too high. One at 10,000, one at 6,000. I guess that's how they were operating today to spot targets, but I guess it didn't work with the Vigans in play, so let's run that through. So Signore spots the target. Yep, he's turning in. Cap's lost situational awareness. Whoops. Oh, wow, I had a missile. No, I didn't. That was a ground missile. So I've lost situational awareness there, which is a little bit silly of me, so I'm turning out until I get further information. Signore is attacking Tony. Tony's got loads of countermeasure and evasive movement in, so he's ready to essentially run away. Probably would have been best to head for the Samnet. Probably never would have made it anyway. Signore's in 2 miles. Just about in shooting range now. Signore has got some relatively decent speed there. More Mavericks out from Wolf Shadows, killing those tanks, I think. Signore closing, being patient, waiting for the perfect shot, and that is there at 6,000 feet, and that is nothing Tony could do. Again, bit of criticism that is there. Tony's running away. But for some reason he's going up. Again, keep drumming into the worst thing you can do when you've got a guy behind you is go up. It favours the guy behind all of the time, every time. So he's been shot. Not that he could do a huge amount, but that's what was chosen. Tony's had a bit of a panic and had a pop at Wolf Shadow, but never any risk of actually hitting him. Luckily he didn't have missiles. That would have been a horrible friendly fire. And Signore cocks up. So I mean, that was a little bit difficult. So again, just reiterating, Signore is closing on this A10, and Signore's burner's on, going as fast as he can, but the A10's going slow. So it's so he's going to overspeed, and we're going to, I think, see him be punished for the overspeed this time. Just to reiterate again, if you're going to come in and overspeed an A10, you put yourself at huge risk. So it's critical that you don't overspeed that A10. You've got to do whatever you have to slow down, do a yo-yo, do a barrel roll, whatever. That said, this A10 is so slow, it's almost impossible for this Vigan to slow down enough. That kind of speed in the Vigan is pretty much stalling. So it's difficult for Signore here. So he really had two things he should have done. Either take the shot early and finish him off, or probably exit the fight. That's what I would have suggested, rather than risk getting in scissors and getting in front of this A10. And he has, he's cocked up, it's gone past him. He's merged with the A10. What's he going to do now? So he's gone into a lag. Okay, take that back. He's done pretty well, actually. So what he's done is switched to a big lag, gone round the outside, and he might just be able to burn off enough speed to kind of go around the outside of this A10. Let's see what happens. Cap's finally getting back in the game. Don't think Signore sees him anymore. I think Signore's lost him. Visibility isn't great out. Okay, those Mavericks just hit those tanks. That's well done from Wolf Shadow. So Signore switched targets. Okay, that's fine. So is now just within a mile of a flanking target. So what I imagine now is, we talked about it earlier, the IR signature from the A10, especially on a side aspect, is very difficult to get a lock, and I imagine he's struggling to get a lock on this guy at the moment, and he's probably might not get a shot off. He's merged, yeah. See, if he could have got a lock, he would have got a shot of ages ago, obviously, but he just couldn't get that lock. Now he's working on a rear aspect, which is done well. It's going to be a lovely lag turn and come in. What's happened with Tony down there? Oh, he's just dropping his bombs. So yeah, that's a good merge by Signore. But Wolf Shadow is now calling in that he's got a blue on his 6, and Tony's turning in back on Signore, which is good work from the A10s. Signore is still struggling to get a shot now. It's getting a little bit slow for the Vigan's liking. So that is no. And as soon as he gets As soon as he gets his lead back on the A10, is in a flanking aspect again. Probably can't get a shot off. Ah, he did get a shot off. Well done. 3,000 feet, that's a kill shot. Although it didn't kill him. So he's back on, so he was careful not to overspeed now is his problem. Caps in and merge with Tony. Caps and scissors with Tony. So Cap's coming in. Cap's job now is, he's coming fast obviously, coming probably transonic. Cap's job is now to scrub his speed off that jet as much as possible because he doesn't want to overshoot Tony. So I'm going to now turn and try and work behind that A10 as much as I can. Meanwhile, we've got another shot from Signore. It's a little bit close, but it should be okay because it's a slow target. Well done, Signore. That's some pretty good flying all round. Now Cap's going to do his best to work behind Tony, and Tony's got an aim on Mike out, which is going to nail Signore, no problems. So that's very good work by the A10s there, backing each other up. So now it's up to Cap to slow down. And look, you see, I've burnt myself right the way down to 230. Right down to 200 more or less, just to make sure I don't go anywhere near the front of that A10, because otherwise I'll get the same thing as Signore. So I've slowed down, made sure I can get some distance. Let's see what that was. Yep, it's just over a mile, pretty much perfect for aim 9. It took me a while. If you're wondering why I didn't fire when I came in here, I expect it's because he was on a side aspect. I couldn't get an IR signature. Can get IR signature here. Pow. And Tony's down. Pretty cool fight. Well done, everyone. Oh, Marvin's coming. Luckily, Marvin never really got to grips with this, and he didn't, even though everyone was on fire and stuff, he never really spotted everyone. So he's going to put himself in trouble. He should have been low to the floor, going fast. He's going fast, but he should be to the floor, low, and then our fight would have been skylined up against the sky, and he would have seen us. But instead, he was coming in high, well, relatively high compared to the fight, and therefore he didn't see us, and he went straight over the top of us. And that will be his undoing. So, let's have a look at blood. And so, because he's gone high, he's been skylined against the sky. My backup pair who've called in to help us with this fight have seen him. And they're coming in energy high. Blue have now got his tail, and there's very little he can do to recover from that. Caps knows there's something going on, so I'm trying to find it all, trying to work out what's going on. Good merge from blood. Bit of an overspeed situation going on here, so blood is now coming in. He's on stage 3 burn, but he's almost certainly going to do a massive overshoot on this guy and possibly lose him. Whereas Boogeyman knows something going on now and he's turned high. 40 degrees alpha. Well, I'm surprised his engine survived that. So a really big pullback, probably too big from Marvin there, but it might just save his bacon. Again, when you are being pursued by hostile and they're getting a possible solution on you in a turn fight, you can pull this big alpha to ruin their lead, and you can see it's kind of ruined Blood's lead, so Blood can't get a shot. However, it sacrifices your airspeed and it possibly kills this MiG's engine, so we'll see. So look, it's sliding through the sky with stupid alpha, and he stalled his jet. You can see it kind of departed there, but he got it back, so it was well done. So big overspeed from Blood, and Blood just lost sight of him. Stahl, being the backup member, as I said earlier, we're going around in pairs. This is excellent because one guy can be half a mile ahead, the other guy goes into a lag and then can pick up the hostile. So one guy, so essentially the front guy is the dogfighter, goes into scissors, goes into the turn fight. The other guy comes up half a mile behind and does the actual shooting. That's the idea of the dogfight pair here. Right, so let's see what happens. And Blood loses situational awareness, but Stahl, being back with a better view, does not. So Stahl is now burners almost to catch up and get into a shot position. 1 mile away, he's pretty good for a shot now. That's going to be a big hot engine on that MiG. Marvin's going extremely slow. I wonder if his engine may have burnt out. Marvin's a bit evasive, so we're going to go through it yet again. So if you are in this dogfight situation and you're in trouble, and I think Marvin sees is in trouble, going up is almost always a death sentence. Much nicer to go down and use the scenery, get some acceleration, get some G's, whereas Marvin's just going up and he is just burning off his speed and burning off any ability to fight, which is a problem. The only thing he can try really is a brake check at this point, which he's going to do, I think, by accident, because Stahl's coming in so fast. Huge overspeed. Oh, that's... Okay, that was interesting. So let's just go and have a look at that shot again. So So what distance? So you can fire an aim 9 or any Fox 2 too close to a hostile, and it's going to try and just stop it at the right time. There, okay, he's fired at 800 feet on a cold hostile. Now, if both planes were in perfect form, in perfect pursuit, with no, not putting any angles in, not putting any roll in, and both at the same speed, that was probably a kill shot. But because of the huge overspeed, 600 knots from Stahl, 240 knots from Marvin, plus Marvin's got some roll, plus I'm sure Stahl's got some kind of lateral movement as well. It's just too much for that seeker head to compensate for, and it never really gets on target. So it essentially just gives up because there's just too much going on. They're too close. This guy's the closing speed's too high, and there's too much roll and lateral movement going on. And you just see it hasn't got enough time to steer its fins onto target, and essentially gives up. So you can fire too close. And that was because Stahl just didn't detect this MiG slowing down and overspeed, and it was just a bit of a panic shot. So now Stahl's going to put himself into the situation where he's going to pause. There's no way he can brake in time, so he's going to put himself where he's going to get ahead of that MiG and get shot. So what he wants to do now, presumably, is go head up for a yo-yo and come back down to burn off his speed. So we'll see what he does. So he's up. Let's increase his travel distance and burn off his speed. Is it going to be enough? Because Marvin's in the stall at the moment, essentially. So it's a kind of an accidental brake check from Marvin there. And Stahl just couldn't get... He yo-yoed up high, increased his distance of travel, he burnt off his speed, but just not enough because of this extreme slowness from this MiG. So he's going to put himself in a diving scissors now, so let's see how that goes. So... Luckily, the MiG's picked up, like for Stahl, the MiG's picked up some speed on that dive, and I'm still not convinced that Marvin's actually got an engine at this point. Because the MiG's picked up some speed, is taken lead in the scissors again, which allows Stahl to get back on his 6. And Stahl managed to go right the way down to 250 knots, which is well done. Cap still no idea what's going on, and Pew Pew finally gets a decent shot, 2,000 feet. Marvin tries to dodge, but there's only so much you can dodge, and pow is out of the game. So, pretty good engagement. It was only going to end one way with 3-on-1 and Blue starting the fight, but pretty cool. So we've got Riddle over here on the northern flank. It's up Dangerous 13. Plastering Mavericks down. Pow, kill, nice work. The Harrier boys, they're doing their job, they're patrolling the sector, and they should have seen these smokestacks, and I guess they will do at some point. Patrolling very nice, and finally they spotted him, and what they're spotting is, unfortunately, Riddle, the smoke from these missiles. Big old smoke trail, they're going to see that, and you can see P-Man accelerating, and it's not really going to be much of a match. Belly shot from a mile and a half. Aim 9 Mike, that is going to be Riddle down. Lovely show. Riddle got a couple of AGMs off, which I think are self-seeking, so let's just see them down. Hit, but no kill. Kill. Well done. Good kill in there. Right, so I think that's the end of it. Everyone had 2 lives, so yep, so if we do something like this again, we'll have to have less blues. We'll have to change it round so that reds get a bigger start and some other stuff like that to make it more fair. But otherwise, pretty good match and some stuff to learn as always. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you later.